a stronger affection for you than by keeping it in scrupulous preservation and star, 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 star.
I think that's the equivalent of dot, dot, dot.
Nope, that's a swear word.
Victoria College is one of the oldest educational establishments in Canada.
Well, I would like to introduce you to your great, 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 great grandparents.
Ah.
There is Matthew and Louisa.
They're so young, aren't they? I think they're beautiful.
Portraits of our ancestors going this far back just don't exist for most ordinary people. Especially that's the case here in Canada. You think it's a colonial backwater. It's extraordinary to be able to look into the face of an ancestor and look at her title.
Mrs. Matthew Ritchie. We lose our names. And this university owns those portraits?
This university does own the two portraits, in large part because what we have on the title beneath the painting.
First principal of Upper Canada Academy?
That's right. So Upper Canada Academy eventually became Victoria College.
Ah.
So your ancestor was the first principal of the institution you're standing in right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so a very important figure in academic history in this part of Canada.
That is really great, actually, really cool.
You can see on this short history of the Wesleyan Methodist Church in Halifax in 1858. He was elected president of the Methodist Conference of Eastern Canada. That gives you the connection, really, between your family, Halifax, Port Medway, Nova Scotia.
Katherine is flying east to Halifax, the capital of the province of Nova Scotia. She's on the trail of her 4 times great-grandparents, Reverend Matthew and Louisa Ritchie. She's meeting historian Renee Lafferty-Solani.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Katherine.
I'm Renee.
Hi, very nice to meet you, Renee.
Come on up.
Okay.
They're meeting at a church on Grafton Street in the city centre.
Halifax was one of the bigger settled areas in Nova Scotia, but most of it is rural, most of it is settler communities. Preachers would often travel around in what they called circuits. They were sometimes called saddlebag preachers, and they would travel around the countryside, often on horseback. This is an image from 1867.
That's neat.
Of what were known as saddlebag preachers.
So my great-great-great-great-grandfather would have done that here and elsewhere.
Yes.
Matthew's work took him away from home for weeks on end, only able to keep in touch with his family by letter.
So Matthew was writing Louisa romantic letters, and then she's putting them in the scrapbook to remember.
She's copying them into the scrapbook. Oh. So this is her handwriting.
Screenshotting his texts.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. As for me, you are entwined around my heart, I must say, blended with it, for you seem essential to my happiness. Yes, even death under the aspects of immortality would be preferred by me to the disappointment of my hopes. Hopes which I trust will soon be consummated.
He's actually talking to God in this part of the letter. And he's saying, I'm an unworthy wretch, and you have given me this woman who is not only modest, which is, you know, the best feature of her sex, but she is also, basically, she is strong enough to handle being the wife of an itinerant minister.
It was very smart, I think, to consider what would make a steadfast partner. I don't believe people do that anymore. Dearest Louisa, I did not find access to your truly affectionate letter before this morning. You request me, somewhat unreasonably, I think. Slow down. You don't have to write, whatever's in parentheses, you can probably take out. There's no need for that sass, I feel. Persuade me, however, that by so doing, I shall evince a stronger affection for you than by keeping it in scrupulous preservation and star, 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 star.
I think that's the equivalent of dot, dot, dot.
Nope. He's saying in scrupulous preservation and the promise to destroy it. That's a swear word.
No, I don't think so.
I
don't
feel
think
like
he
I know
would
what
have
my
cursed.
great-great-great-great-grandfather meant, and he meant like, I'm not going to destroy the letter.
Yes.
Think about it though. I'm going to keep it in scrupulous preservation and the promise to destroy it. So she's asked him to destroy a letter so that he will miss her more?
No. I think that she's asked him to destroy a letter that she wants destroyed.
Because it was not so modest.
Possibly. It's very hard to know, but the way that letters operated at the time is that when you received a letter from somebody, it was something that in many occasions would be passed around or that you would read out to people because it's news. And people would visit each other to see what had come in the mail and what letters have you received. So I think that she has written something to him that she feels has compromised her modesty, perhaps.
So my great-great-great-great-grandmother wrote something potentially saucy. She wanted it destroyed. These people must have lost their minds when they actually got to get married and have sex like every day.